Welcome to the show.
Speaking of technology, Chris and I went out today.
Give us the story. What did you eat? Did you eat Mad Max?
Were you there?
So Chris did our day date thing because movies come out on Thursday and we record on Thursday, so we can't watch it at night.
Chris did our day date.
And I said, hey, Chris, you want to see Blade Runner tomorrow? He's like, yeah. I look at the times and it's like all gold class for like the whole day.
Wow.
There's like one normal one, but it's like the crap normal one, like the tiny normal screen. No VMAX, nothing else. So
And it's
gold
school
class.
holidays.
Yeah.
No.
So I said, hey, you want to see gold class? He's like, yeah. I'm like,
All the kids are going to be in Blade Runner. They bloody
Exactly.
There was actually a surprising amount of kids in there. I'm not
was
even kidding.
There's a lot of kids.
There was a lot of dad-kids
There's
combination.
There's probably Year 12 students analysing it for their Year 12 HSC.
Yeah, I wish I had that project. I think that was an Australian thing. I didn't get that in America. So, gold class. It was only $25. I don't know if they got some deal on at the moment, but gold class is only $25. And let me tell you about gold class. It is super overrated and useless. I honestly, like at the end of it, I was just like, why did we pay that extra money? We didn't get anything. You can get food delivered to you for twice the price of the ticket.
When you went in there, did someone go like, I'm voting yes, and like give you like a nod to you two?
Nope.
Alright. Okay. Well, it's just that gold class is traditionally a date location, and you were there. with a
right.
guy.
Okay,
Oh,
gay
yeah, I'm
joke.
with you.
I get it.
Because you're asking what the point of it is. That's exactly the point of it.
It is. Gold class is nice when you have...
What did you think of gold class?
Like,
It was the first time I'd been to gold class. He goes to gold class every week.
That's not true.
It's every second week.
I've been to gold class.
That
Bi-weekly.
Chris money.
I've been to gold class a number of times. Usually with my lady. Because
Do you get alcohol?
otherwise, what did you say?
You get alcohol when you're there?
Oh, occasionally.
You can. I'm
the
asking if he
food's
does.
the food's pretty pricey, eh?
The food's pretty pricey. It's okay. Like, and usually, like, we make a whole thing of it. We get
Not
it.
only is it pricey, but all they have is grease food.
Yeah, it is.
It's burgers, waffle fries, like hot dogs.
Pizza.
There's
really?
there's no salad options. There's no like steak or anything. Like I'm trying to think of like healthy things that they
I've
could
been
serve.
there once and it wasn't like that at all.
Yeah,
It was like fancy
They
like
have some
Asian
good stuff.
type food.
No.
that sounds great. I would have loved some noodle box or
I've
something.
always seen it like wedges. It's nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know,
man.
Maybe the menu's changed. I don't
I
know.
love
I went like
wedges.
4 years ago last
Yeah.
time, so
Maybe it
probably
wasn't an
changed.
event either. Maybe it was the reading.
no, it was an event. It was at Carsville.
Remember when reading had the gold class for normal price?
Mm.
Ooh,
Still does.
does it?
It's not expensive.
Reading's
it's not
like
like
$10
heaps
for
expensive.
a ticket now.
They're like normal tickets. I think
Yeah.
their gold class is still
18?
pretty cheap. It's probably cheaper than a VMAX at
It's a
event.
good time to watch movies.
Yeah, pretty much.
Prices are going down. I don't know. If
I
that's a
hope
good
they're
thing or
making a
bad
lot
thing.
of money with that.
Yeah.
Anyway, how's the movie?
With lots of blades in it.
So many
Were
blades.
there people running?
Was there a guy
running.
named Oscar
Yep.
Pistorius?
Chris, what's your history with the first Blade Runner?
Well, the first Blade Runner, I watched it twice in my life.
We're not doing spoilers, by the way.
For Blade Runner 1 or Blade Runner 2.
No spoilers for
049.
Blade Runner 2049.
Alright.
We're just going to talk genuinely about it.
So, I watched Blade Runner, the original, a couple times, a long time ago. I don't have a big history with it. I'm not that into it. And I'm not against it either. I don't have it. It's not that interesting.
You're indifferent.
Yeah.
You're indifferent about the original Blade Runner.
Yeah.
It was good.
So I'm a little bit different. My history with the film is it's probably my favorite movie. Like I can never like pick a favorite movie, but if you like held a gun to my head, I'd
What's favorite movie?
Blade Runner.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
He likes that scene where he forces that girl to have sex with him.
Oh, it's a good one.
Yeah, sort of. Like just everything about it, like the lighting, the way the camera works, like all the sound stuff, the music, like the ideas in it. There's just so many layers to this movie, and I used to watch it like every night to go to sleep because it would just like I feel like it creatively inspired me. But so I had a lot invested into this movie. And like a week ago when the reviews started coming out, I didn't read them, but I kind of read like the Cliff Note title, so not like click into the article. I would just see, and everyone's just going, Blade Runner's actually awesome, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm actually starting to get excited about this.
Side note about the reviews. Did you know that they called like the reviewers and they're like, you can't spoil anything? Even like things we learn in the first 10 minutes, they're not allowed to spoil.
That was the best thing about it. There was so there was so many things in it that I was like, I had no idea this was going to happen.
It's so good. Like, I'm like, why can't all movies do that?
Cool.
But like,
Wait, but everyone had to agree to it, right?
Well,
the movie like is spoilers.
I guess
though.
they didn't
Like,
have to, but
the whole movie. If you
They
explain
chose to.
if you explain anything from the movie, like it's a spoiler. Like there's just that much stuff in it.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Sidebar over.
Does the
What was I
trailer
talking
spoil
about?
anything? Like,
It's just that
we're
Harrison
watching the
Ford's in
trailer
it.
in it right
You
now.
said that you were reading some reviews and you're excited because they said it was good.
Yes. So, I got so weirdly emotional at the beginning of this movie. I don't know if you noticed, Chris,
Yeah.
but I had to like look to the left. I was like, oh, just because like in the first 30
Was Chris
seconds.
on your left?
No. I was trying to look away from Chris. I'm like, Chris, don't look at me. My eyes are getting glassy.
I feel very uncomfortable if someone turned
Like
to me
the
during a movie
the
and went,
first like, 30 seconds to 5 minutes, I'm like, he's got it. He gets it. This guy knows exactly what he's doing with this movie. Like that instantly. He got the atmosphere, he got the music, he got the timing of it. I was just like, I feel safe in this guy's hands
I did-
right from the
Denise.
beginning.
You must have been
Denis.
hecky. You must have been so nervous.
Denise.
When your
Yeah.
favorite movie gets a sequel, that is
So yeah, the first shot is an eyeball, and I was like, oh, he gets it. He gets it.
and you turned to
Guy
Chris.
gets
You
it.
turned to Chris and you went, oh.
I just went, oh, yes, this movie's going to be good. It's going to be good. It's not going to be a stupid sequel. Or Prometheus, which I wanted to be good so much, Chris. I
Did it?
wanted that movie to be good. I still love it. Even though, like,
Prometheus or the one after that?
I mean, this is fine.
Was there narration?
Both.
no.
Good. Was
Zero.
there scrolling text?
There's just the way Blade Runner had a text at the beginning. It's actually pretty much the same text, eh?
Can't remember.
So the text at the beginning of Blade Runner is like, there are replicants. They use them for slave labor.
And a few more updates
And then
since the last movie.
they kind of rebelled.
Right.
And that's kind of the history.
Hmm.
And Blade Runners hunt replicants who are among the populace.
Right.
That's the premise of like the whole thing. But there's historical stuff that happened because there's a 30-year gap between the first one and the last one, because the last one took place in 2019, which we are not caught up to that technology-wise, and it's in 2 years, so we really need to kickstart
We'll
on
get there.
technology.
They needed to add like a 2119 for all of
because
these
it's got
movies.
flying cars, LED things, and projecting things, and
And replicants.
yeah, artificial people. I honestly didn't even think about that. I'm like, yeah, we don't have artificial people. I was thinking,
Or
more-
do we? You don't
They
know.
might be here already.
yeah,
How do we know Chris is a real person?
but
Don't Blade Run me.
Make him blush.
We need to do that
like,
thing.
yeah, I freaking loved it. It was pretty perfect, and like, I did have problems with it, but I don't want to talk about the problems with it because, like, I get why they did that. It's more just my opinion things. But there's so much to this movie, and he gets everything I wanted it to be in it right, which was mainly just the vibe and the energy and the lighting and just kind of the way it worked. And he does it like perfectly.
So you got the tone. It's tonally consistent with the first movie,
Yeah,
right? Which is important because obviously that's one of the big things.
because everyone who's going to watch it is going to like mostly be
Yeah.
people, because it's got a huge cult following, because it didn't make any money, but like everyone loved it after it.
Yeah,
I guess.
right.
Yeah.
I think if anything, it could have like even slowed down and been more contemplative, like the first one.
I don't know.
Not a lot
I think it was
happens
plenty
in the
slow.
first one, right?
Was it? I didn't notice.
Was
Maybe-
it slow? Was it slow
maybe
like the
the
first movie?
Yeah, well,
The first movie was very slow. I know, like
I
noticeably.
found it difficult to watch.
I
the
love
first
slow
movie.
movies like this because, like, so let's give an example of a problem of a slow movie that shouldn't have been slow and it was didn't work. Like another Ridley Scott movie.
Yeah.
So Prometheus, the
Right.
main android dude, always like prophesies and talks about these old poems and crap, and you just want to punch him in the face and go, "I don't care about you."
You
It's
didn't
like
care about David?
no,
What?
it's but like the way they do similar things in this, but like it works because they're actually asking really deep questions and getting into like how humanity works, because that's like the basis of how Blade Runner works.
Right.
And yeah, it gets super deep.
It didn't feel slow. Like the first one was.
Yeah. By slow, I mean it gives you time to breathe and think,
Right.
because every scene gives you new things, and you're like, far out.
Yeah.
Like, what does that mean? And
Which
you have
isn't-
time to think about what it means.
Which isn't what a lot of people go to the movies for.
No.
Yeah.
Do you think those people will enjoy this?
I think it's still accessible, but still
It's just as
contemplative.
boring as the first one, if that's what
this-
you're asking.
I disagree.
Like, I don't like. I think it's boring in a good way. Like, we've had this argument.
As
before.
in, it's
like,
not like-
I like slow movies.
It's
Right.
not shoving stuff happening in your face to make up for a lack of any kind of deeper
No,
thought.
it's giving you questions and then letting you think.
So
about it.
it's right. Well, how does this compare to his other movies, like Arrival, for example, which is also a fairly slowish.
It's
movie
funny you
as well.
say that because I watched the original Blade Runner last night, and halfway through it, I was just like, man, this pretty much is a Denis Villeneuve movie.
Right.
Like, I hadn't realized how much Denis had been influenced by Blade Runner,
Right.
but it was crazy.
Yeah.
Like, even the angles, the way he puts the heads on the opposite way and diagonal, the way he does in all these movies, which is like not what you're supposed to do, like, is in the original Blade Runner heaps. I didn't realize it
Right.
because I've seen all the Denis movies now and I watched Blade Runner. It was like you can tell why he got the job because obviously he freaking loved the first movie.
Right.
Mm.
That's cool. Good to know.
It's a very, very good movie.
Okay.
I've been listening to the original Blade Runner soundtrack. It's freaking awesome.
It's pretty good.
How'd this one stack up
It's
to
not
it?
as good.
Right.
It's
The Vangelis
same, but
soundtrack is
worse.
amazing. Okay.
Because Hans is in it.
Yeah, honestly, the music was probably the only part that kind of bothered me.
Right.
I'm not that into the Blade Runner 1 soundtrack.
How's Harry Ford? Was he still good?
He was very good.
Yeah, probably best performance in years.
Yeah.
Mm.
Even better than The Force Awakens.
Like he actually acts.
Yeah. Mountains better.
He's very much a phone it in Bruce Willis kind of guy at the moment. But
Yeah, I guess.
like even with Bruce Willis, like every now and again you can tell like he cares about the movie he's
Right.
in. Harrison Ford like cares about his movie.
Yeah.
What did you think about Jared Leto's in his performance and character? He was in
You can't talk about any of the characters without getting spoiled.
Hey,
Chris,
Did
what
you-
did you think
did-
of this movie?
Did you enjoy his performance?
He was alright.
Okay.
Chris, what did you think of this movie?
This movie was really, really good. Like, you can trust Denis to make a good movie.
Hmm.
Like, he's quality. And the performance was really, really good. It's well written.
Is
There-
is he an auteur?
Yeah. Like, I don't know why you saying like that. It's a real thing.
Noteur.
He is, to a point, definitely.
No, he is. He's got his own unique style. After watching Arrival,
He does very
I was
deep
really.
movies. Yeah.
I went back and watched his back catalogue, and I was like, this dude's consistent.
Yeah,
But-
Sicarius. So
Yeah.
good.
He doesn't write the movies, though. So,
So
yeah.
Oh, did you do Sicario as well?
Yeah.
Mm.
Prisoners, Sicario.
That was a good movie.
Yeah, he's super reliable.
Did
And
you
the,
watch Enemy?
yeah.
I always
Crazy.
want to, but
Oh, it's so weird.
the spider on the cover,
It's super weird.
the spider on the cover makes me not want to do it
Yeah.
because I hate spiders.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's still it's definitely a Denise film, but it is super weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's the right person for the job.
Yeah.
And it's Harrison Ford is great. The story is really like interesting and intriguing and fresh, and it's not just like Blade Runner again, and it's not just more of the same. Like similar themes are explored, but
Very much the same world,
Take
different
it
story.
to the next step as well. It's not just asking the same questions; it's continuing
Does it have
somewhere
good-
new.
I always remember the lines, like that line at the end that can we spoil Blade Runner 1?
Yes.
Okay, right. The speech the guy gives in the end, Tears in the Rain.
Mm.
Like, I remember that.
Mm,
Does it have those kinds of, I'm going to remember that,
possibly.
script lines? Like, I guess, okay, apparently the story is in...
Spoily questions.
In Blade Runner 1, apparently the guy made those lines up on the spot. But does it have those moments where you're like, I'm going to remember that? Like, I'm actually going to remember that
I
line.
can recall a couple.
You know who was a standout who I wasn't expecting? Was freaking Dave Bautista.
Yeah, he was awesome.
Dave Bautista's in this?
Yeah.
Wow.
He's a good actor, I reckon.
Like his
Yeah.
his lines are the ones that actually stuck with me.
I feel like WWE is a very good
But like you watch him in
basis
like
to be an actor.
yeah, I suppose it's true. Like everybody was surprised that he did so well in like Guardians, and he actually pulls in like a really good performance. And so when you see him in something more serious, it's kind of nice to see they actually act.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
He was very, very good.
Yeah,
Cool.
he had one of those lines that you're talking about that you hear and just go, ooh.
I will remember that.
You just go, ooh.
Attack ships on fire off the shoulder of Orion.
Yeah.
Great movie. Everyone should go and see it.
recommended.
Recommended.
Anyway, That's it for Trend Settings episode 62 this week. Sorry, I just yelled. It's been nice. Nick, how'd you go? What do you feel?
I feel relieved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally.
Oh, that was fun. Thanks for having me back on.
You broke a record. You're the first person to go to the toilet during a podcast.
You know what? I gotta set myself apart for everybody.
You're getting
You know
older. Your prostate's getting bigger.
Hello.
Thank you. Because now next time I feel like going to the toilet, I'm just going.
Just sneak on out.
As long as it's
Going.
not during your topic, you know.
Well, that's why I sent you the message. I don't know if anybody saw. If you go back and watch the video, there's little me like.
I got very self-conscious when you did that. I was like, oh, am I doing a really crap job or something?
Yeah.
Is that what the message was? Wow,
Jono sucks this week.
Really sucks at the moment.
Jono's really bombing.
Because the way you did it made it look like you were making fun of him.
Because then Ali laughed and nodded, and I was like, oh, I really do suck.
You're right.
No, you did good.
Yeah, I was relieved when you had to go
But
relieve
I was
yourself.
totally blanking on some of the stuff you were saying. All I remember was, man, I need to pee so bad.
Well, the funniest thing was you'd never been to this house, so when you got out, I was like, I don't think he knows where the toilet
Oh
is.
yeah, I had to ask.
But anyway,
Brilliant.
thanks for listening. We're Group Settings. This is Trend Settings. Been episode 62. Subscribe on YouTube. Share everywhere. Like on Facebook. Tune in live on Facebook every week at 8 o'clock. And that's it.
Sweet as.
We'll see you next week.